think when we're able to go to an organization and you have all these individuals and all these different actors, anesthesia, nursing, SPD, financial clearance, scheduling, so on and so forth, everyone has their own lens as to like what their issues are and what their challenges are. And, everyone owes something in this process, in this, and in this chain, but what people lose sight of is like the patient experience and how crummy it is. So when we actually are in this room and people are kind of like pointing fingers as to like, well, I can't do this because so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. Like when you kind of get them to say, all right, the patient's here in the middle. Okay, do we want them to even experience that? Like, is there a way we can even pull that away? Okay, can we combine these 3 calls into one? Is it possible? Being able to come there and like, challenge them by putting the patient in the center, okay, and bring in new alternatives to the paradigm. So at the end of the day, it's like almost less but better. And that's the goal here, less but better. We're going to remove steps. We're going to make it more, we're going to make the experience better for the patient. Quality is going to be improved, okay? Overall, more efficiency, greater productivity, like less but better. That's what we're trying to achieve. What I love about SD is like we're thinking so further outside just surgery. Like there's so many different layers. The revenue cycle obviously touches surgery tremendously. Inpatient bed management, tremendous touches surgery. You look at like material management. Almost 60 to 70% of a hospital's expense for material management comes from surgery. There's so many different areas that we can touch. Over the last 3 to 5 years, even more than that, there's been a lot of merger and acquisition, particularly during COVID. There's some hospitals that were winners and some hospitals that were losers functionally. And what I've experienced more recently is the system that is struggling with these silos of their hospitals. I have 6 hospitals. They all do things independently. The volume is each in the hospital, but we need to grow as a system. Like there's all these new nuances that I think we're growing into from a strategy perspective, to help service systems as opposed to individual hospitals. The other part of it is, I think all the things we're looking at now functionally not only generate a ROI in terms of improving access for more cases to be done, improving productivity, but it also, it's like not just for that year. It's like it's hardwired ongoing year after year after year, and it's only going to would only increase. So like the financial impact of what we're able to do, like a 1% impact in surgery is tremendous to a hospital. A 1% impact could be maybe, we're talking one system, 1% impact could be $80 million. That's tremendous, in terms of like what we're able to do to move the dial from a hospital revenue and expense perspective.